Welcome to On Networking. Conversations with thought leaders in networking technologies.
Hello, I'm Jeff Doyle, and I'm here with Brandon Carroll. And Brandon, welcome.
Thank you.
We'd like to start by just having you tell a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So for the past 8 years now, I've been an instructor with Escolta Training. I've got a background in routing and switching, and my primary focus has been in security and mostly on the certification side with the CCNA, CCNP, and CCSP tracks. And so prior to that, I had a more of a telco background, but I've kind of gone through the gamut, and this is sort of where I've ended up.
So you have a couple of books on the market, I believe.
I do. A few years ago, I had an ACS book that came out, a AAA book. And then since then, I've done a couple of quick reference sheets with the focus in security, one on the SND certification exam, one on the SNRS certification exam, and one on SNPA. And that's probably was my favorite, just because the ASA technology is one of my favorite technologies. But since then, I've been working on a wireless book, and that one's sort of related to a new certification that's out now.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So that's the CCNA Wireless Certification, and it's finally an opportunity for entry-level professionals to be able to have something that ties them to their level of expertise. So before, there was really nothing at that CCNA level, that network associate level, that really said, I know wireless. And so now there is, and it's kind of nice.
Do you see that as a complement for other CCNP or CCNA certifications, something that should be pursued maybe in parallel or as just a standalone certification?
No, absolutely. I think that it's a great addition as a focus to the CCNA certification. So the current track, you have to have your CCNA certification, and then you pursue the CCNA Wireless. But there's also other focused CCNAs, and sort of that mid-level, that hopping point from CCNA to a focused certification, and then on to a professional level certification. So I think it's really a good track for anybody that wants that general wireless certification, but not as general as what was in the CCNA in the past.
Okay. Do you have any recommendations for people that want to pursue the CCNA Wireless?
So absolutely. I think that probably, as I mentioned, the starting point is the CCNA. So in the CCNA, you're going to get the general wireless overview, a little bit on how it works and the design concept. And then moving into the CCNA Wireless focus, you're going to start to get more into the Cisco Unified Wireless Network, and that's where you're going to start working with the controllers and the lightweight access points, and that's really been the focus of that type of a technology area, is the management through the controller, multiple lightweight access points. And so I think that if you've got that type of a deployment, then moving into that certification or moving into that skill set, that training is going to be a snap. But there's a ton of resources that are out there right now. Of course, there's the Safari. That's probably one of my favorite reference points for when I'm looking for the little nuggets of information, that I can kind of search through everything that's out there and work on that kind of stuff. But in addition to that, Cisco's got the new wiki that they've put up, and it's almost daily that I'm seeing updates that are related to the wireless LAN controllers or the wireless control system, access points. So I think that would probably be a good reference point for learning that information as well.
What about next steps? So maybe it's early to be asking since this is a new certification, but do you see that certification leading to more advanced certifications?
Absolutely. I think that we've kind of seen the CCNA back when I started doing the certifications, it was CCNA and CCNP.
Yeah.
And from there you went on to your CCIE, and it was all routing and switching. And I think we've seen the different technology areas go into security, and now of course there's the voice that's a hot topic in the industry, and storage. And so yeah, I think at a point it's going to get to its own individual track where you can really hone in on those professional level skills, and then who knows, maybe at some point the expert level skills.
So what advice do you have for anyone that wants to get to the level that you are at? Maybe you should talk a little bit about just where you are and
Sure.
and the strategies that you've used.
Sure. It's something that I think takes time, and it's obviously not going to happen overnight. And I don't look at myself and think that I'm in any type of an elevated position. I'm just fortunate to be in a position where I'm in an industry where I love what I do. The technology is still something that's exciting to me, and the education industry, being in that with writing the books and doing the training, the instructor-led training, it's just the knowledge transfer that I really enjoy. So I think for people that are kind of trying to get to that level, it's just a matter of loving what you do and then putting in the time and the effort to further that education. And I think as well as I do, in this industry, you can almost never stop learning.
Absolutely. Yeah. What about, do you have particular books that you would recommend, online resources, that sort of thing? Absolutely.
I think that book-wise, one of the best books for me have been the foundation books. I think probably one of my first books that I had on my shelf was Routing TCP/IP, and that's kind of one of the core components. Once you start to understand that foundation, understand the core topics of networking, then you can branch out into the additional topics. You can secure a network, but if you don't understand how the underlying foundation of the network functions, it's just going to make it that much more difficult to not only perform the tasks, but understand exactly what you're doing. And the same goes for the voice, and the same goes for the wireless.
Well, Brendan, thank you very much, and we appreciate your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.
For more information, visit onpodcastweekly.com and subscribe to all our podcasts. Brought to you by the publishing imprints and information portal of Pearson Education.